Little bit about the trad routes to do for the Bears Hump and what to take for your rack. Uh, because that ran a bit long, let me take another video and I'll just show you what some of those routes are like here on the Bears Hump. Again, if you're just coming here for the first time, the main routes that everyone's gunning for are right here in this main area, and that's Cusak's to the left and Harebell to the right. And then people are also doing Lichen Line as a classic route, Lichen Line right, and then Mainline up here to get up the face on a nice easy route. And then if you're looking for exposure, this guy over here, the upper prow, is a nice one. That's at 5.8. These two here are 5.8, 5.7, a Waterton standard, so probably a grade off by now. 5.9 is what a lot of people consider this one, so that would be 5.8. And then you're also looking at the two main lower climbs, Milt's Delight, which is like sort of 5.5, 5.6, and then Leaning Column, which is probably about the same grades there. And then the warm-up right here. So let's just have a look, show you a little bit more about those climbing. So let's see. There's heading up through this dolomite on Milt's Delight. So you can, Alan Wiley. So you can see the rock is doesn't have the bolts. So you're going to be looking at just slung horns here, and then very thin cams, nuts down through here. So you get a piece in, but it will feel a bit run out till you get right to the bulge and can get your first really reliable gear. Like some of the moves do feel a little bit like you're a ways from home. And so you have to be smart on getting those placements in and trusting them. That roof move was always a bit sketchy. There used to be the pin in there that made it easier, and I think that's wiggled out now with ice stuff. And there you can see Milt's Delight coming up there. So really nice climb, not done as much. Some of this other routes off here in this rock, the dolomite, is nice, but the white rock, the climbing kicks back very much up here and just becomes really enjoyable. So it's basically getting the courage to get through this bulge move right there till you get your good gear and you don't sort of wig out. There you are looking at a little bit of the gear. And then leaning column, let's see what we got here for leaning column. Okay, there's Blair Piggott on leaning column. So the rock looks the same. And these will be, this dolomite fractures with sharp pieces. And I think this got put in back in 2005 when one of the safety wardens was there and put a bolt on. Made the route much nicer. It was always a bit too run out. So route you'd do once but never want to repeat a ton. And then Stacy Owasa down at the belay, and you're looking up in those corners. So there's leaning column right there. And there are two ways to get it. We normally come in from this ledge from the left, and then people used to sort of scramble up underneath it. Never saw the point of that approach. Now, the other ones you're looking at are going to be Cusaks, and I actually don't think I got a ton of pictures on Cusaks. Let's take a look. Now, the start's always hard to find on that one. So here's the main face, and there you'll see Cusak's crack going up there, and Harebell, and there you'll see in the green is Mainline, and then it wanders over this angling ledge, and that's pretty wide. And then we also have, what's that name of that other route? Beargrass. Yeah, it's a gorgeous route, just over variation of Cusak's off here. Okay, and that's a gorgeous pumpy route. And so let's see what else we see here. Well, there's the start of Cusak. So you're sort of wandering up through these broken bits. And we used to do this with not much gear. You get a couple odd pieces before you sort of get to the bulge. So you'll just want to be comfortable on routes of this grade for these approach pitches because they are not well protected. And then you get up to the ledge up above. But you can just basically pick any line you want, scramble up, figure out what gear you want. If you want something a little bit more protected, then you can do, oh, there's the start. The bulge is down there. Okay. Nice easy climbing, so there's not too much, and you see you've got your obvious cracks for your gear. Okay, heading up, and there's the sort of crux of that approach pitch till you get to this nice ledge where all the other climbs are, and up high you'll have a ring bolt to protect the traverse or do some other stuff off of. And Beargrass. Now let's see. I don't have any. There's Harebell off to the right. And let's look at the upper prow. and see if I can find that one. Okay, not looking good for finding the upper prow. There we are, upper prow. And then the lower prow, this book is off. It does not bust through here. It was just a traversing route that Paul Sloan had done and just ended in the middle of nowhere, and then they just wrapped off when they sort of ran out of rope. So the upper prow on the old Hump topo you might get from the Warden, that's all black and white, shows it going through here. That is incorrect, and I repeated that mistake here. So don't make that mistake having talked to Paul. So here's on the upper prow, and you see the roots, the pictures are just gorgeous. So if you actually just step around here on belay, you can get to this section right here. Then you can actually step to that upper section that Paul Sloan did, the Paul's upper corner, or whatever that thing's called. And there's Blair heading off on lead on that nice rock, and it feels steeper than it looks here, so it'll feel a bit pumpy. And as again with Waterton, you'll see the broken blocks. Occasionally during freeze-thaw cycle, you'll have something that size that you'll have to be careful of or clean off. And so the upper prow, gorgeous route there. Showed you the lower routes. Let's see if there's anything on warm-up. It may just be area pictures. So there's the warm-up climb with, that should be Harebell right above. So warm-up just heads up this face here. Now there's a gorgeous scramble to the left. That's as good as any route. But Harebell, or warm-up starts here just with a steep move to get the first nut in, and then everything kicks back and you're going up to here. So it's a great climb. Doesn't matter if it's wet or not. We've done this during the ice opener when all the ice fell down in December. So in mountain boots, great route to go wander around. Here you can see the bulge that where it starts, and then there's an alternative start over here that just gets to this side of the face too. There's my brother heading up there, and there's the bulgy move at the start. And that should basically do it for those extra details of the routes here on the Bear's Hump. The only ones you'll want to stay away from, the upper pitch of Dirty Stakes here. Lower pitch I think has gotten reworked as a bit more of a mixed sport climb, at least off to the right slightly. So that first pitch is good, but it exits over here to the left. It doesn't go up the original bulge finish yet. And then don't forget Beeline, great little crack route to practice on right there. In fact, let me show you where Beeline is. So there's heading up Beeline, and you'll see that gorgeous crack. So you just have to watch out about a zipper. So make sure you use a cam somewhere here before all this stuff rips out if you ever do fall, because it is steep through there. And then it ends at bolt, ring bolt, and then there's another bolt without a hanger, and then there's a pin there. So a three-piece station right up to there. And there's looking at that nice terrain, getting right up to where the bolt station is, and then the sport route off to the left. There's another 2 bolts station right there. So good area. Mainline, as far as I could reconstruct it, seemed like it took the inside corner where there used to be a couple old pins and then wandered up more towards the face here. So it avoided that super steep climbing and head there. Now, I could have been wrong where the original routes were. Maybe that Beeline was the original, but we just don't have any documentation and couldn't figure out anything from what information people had. That does it.